sports writers on whose behalf we are here were not around. And I think Mr. Korayaboa ensure that if people call themselves sports writers, they should be very honored to be in that profession and that they should behave accordingly.
The man who makes sure everything moves in swag, everything shakes, things that needs to be arranged are done in the right order. He's our General Secretary as well, Mr. Charles Osei-Sibe. His deputy doesn't want to sit down because he has to make sure that everything is in order. Mr. Ken Oden. And we have some ESCO members here as well. This man yesterday wanted to turn to Floyd Mayweather, but we'll talk about it later on. And he's sitting next to them too. Do we have a boxing referee here so that you occupy that seat and everything will be all right? Maybe as I introduce him, we have to get like a handshake between him and Apirugu so that we know that peace has been restored. And so our ESCO member, Bampo Bringer. Oh, supporters, you didn't clap. Okay, thank you very much. And we also have in our Mr. Former Vice President, who is also the editor for Graphic Sports. He hates that I'm about to do this, Mr. Maurice Kwanzaa. Mr. Kujofiano has been with us for a very long time. Every time we organize our programs, he's there. Every time Galka needs us, we are also there. It's just one thing that I always blame him for, that he's the reason why, not really the reason, but why did he leave Ashanti Gold? Mr. Kujofiano, the Galka chairman. We have the chief director here. Listen, boss, chief director, Mr. William Kati. We thank you so much for your presence as well. Mr. Mr. Majid Bawa, who is the Deputy NSA Director General. Thank you so much for joining us. Our landlord, listen. Oh, rent, no better talk at Caribbean. 6 months, that one we can afford. Director of Research at the Ministry, Mr. Horin Kwashi, is also here with us. And Mr. Ojo Inako, you remember when WA All Stars won the Premier League? He was in charge of the team at the time. We recognize your presence as well. Thank you. And my boss, if I don't introduce him, I bet I may be on suspension. The channel manager for GTV Sports Plus, he's trying to hide, Bossima. Mr. Emmanuel Yeboah. And then the National Supporters Union, they are also here to support everything we are doing. So we go straight into business, and I will be calling on our General Secretary.
The Secretary for Hockey. Hockey Rep, thank you for joining us. Our colleagues, we're happy you came. My function is very simple. SWAG has a beautiful facility in Dansuman, and that is where we used to meet. Anytime anybody was looking for the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, they would go to our facility in Dansuman, or when there's an event here at the Accra Sports Stadium, then whoever wants to engage us would come and see us. Fast forward, we engaged the National Sports Authority, and then so many years ago, we got a facility at the gate. It got to a point, the place became so small for us, and it became inhabitable. We then approached the former Director General, Professor Chumesi, and told him that anytime somebody wanted to meet SWAG, and I'm in the office. And I'm in the office when it became worrying. An institution that challenges stakeholders to do better, we have no option than to fight to get a befitting place where people who want to do business with us can come meet us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 4 years. President Kwabena Yeboah has led the charge. It's not been easy getting support to set up this place. I am happy to say that the National Sports Authority gave us the facility for free. Mama Monsema. So to the National Sports Authority, the Estate Department, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, we thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today. After 4 years, Yatiti Yehim, we're no sponsor. No moment, I'm sorry for no sponsor. We have been able to clean up this place. Yesterday when the estate manager came around, I said, hey boss, that is what SWAG has been able to do. So SWAG members, shout, please clap for yourself, SWAG. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to officially unveil or shortcut the office secretariat we have put up for the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. I won't do any more talk, but I would allow the ceremony to go on. As you are here, enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful stay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. President of SWAG, Mr. Kwabena Yeboah, the former President of SWAG, the General Secretary, ESCO members, President of Galka, Supporters Union. I've seen the President of Swimming Federation. All protocol observed. I've been asked to welcome all of you, and I'm doing that on behalf of the Director General of the National Sports Authority. I am convinced that before the end of the program, he will be here himself. We have spoken, and he said he's on his way. You know, he's coming from Sege. I'm sure it's because of the traffic. Somewhere, I think 2 years ago, my former boss, Professor Peter Chumasi, invited me to his office and told me that we need to get these people an office so that when our matter comes before them, they will be sympathetic to our cause. So I said, that is very nice. So where do we get the office? He said, okay, that is what I'm asking you. Let's look around and see. If we get a big office, then we invite them and give it to them. So once they are here, any matter relating to the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the National Sports Authority, they know that if they don't pay their rent and they insult, we'll ask them, we'll go to Rent Commission and evict them. You know, that is just by the way. It's a very beautiful day in the history of SWAG. And for that matter, the relationship between the ministry, the National Sports Authority, and the Sports Writers Association. We have been accommodating the association for a very long time. And like the General Secretary said, we see it as an obligation to house them. Not only the SWAG, but all federations, if we have the capacity, we will do that so that once we are together, we work together, we share common problems, we share our achievements, and then we can move the sports in general forward. Unfortunately, we don't have a bigger size of facilities. So, but I know that some of the federations have their applications in the Office of the Director General. We are looking at it. As soon as opportunity comes, we'll make available space to accommodate some of the sporting federations. When they were doing the renovation, I remember the president came to my office and told me that your people are asking us to stop work. I said, how? I was with the president of Athletic Association. So let's come and see. But when we got here, I myself was jealous. So I said, but then let's give you all the offices so that you can look for sponsorship and make it beautiful for all of us. So I'm inviting the SWAG, Sports Writers Association, to assist the National Sports Authority in getting sponsorship for our activities. The commissioning of this important facility, or office for that matter, is very significant for all of us. It will not only serve as a rallying point for the association, but a mouthpiece for sports in the country. Over the years, apart from politics, sports is the most talked discipline. Unfortunately, there are a lot of issues that we can work together to correct. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to members of SWAG who are fond of chastising us without cross-checking. It is very important that when we work together, we'll be able to solve most of the challenges that we face. But unfortunately, we are tempted to break the news without cross-checking. And that has been a very difficult issue, very tonic issue for those of us as administrators and our friends in the sports media. So whilst we celebrate the opening of this important office, I want to encourage and appeal to our sports journalists. I'm saying this because very recently we were lambasted for not being able to fix the Kumasi Sports Stadium. And because CAF has written to the Ghana Football Association, there was threat all over. People said they are moving the game from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire, some say to Nigeria. And because of that, the ministry, I remember the chief director was on phone 24 hours with my boss. My boss will push the pressure on me. I had to leave my house around 1 a.m. to go to Kumasi because of chief director's pressure, just to make sure that we bring back the pitch for Ghana-Angola games on the 5th of next month. And all this is because we don't ask the relevant questions, we don't cross-check. Pictures were thrown around. Unfortunately, we had given the Ministry of Youth and Sports a recovery plan. But because they did not see, nobody tried to contact us whether we have planned to recover the pitch or not. They were concerned about the fact that the pitch was not good, and if you don't take time, the game will be taken away from Ghana, and the cause implications and all those things. Fast forward, I wish we had a projector here. We would have shown you the current state of the Kumasi Sports Stadium, and then we can compare it to, I don't know, Dansu, which one in the world? On this note, I want to welcome all of you, those who have left their businesses, to come and join us in the opening of this office. That your effort, your time will not be wasted. I want to encourage SWAG. We have facilities not in all regions across the country, but we have facilities in most important regions of our country. And if you partner with us very well, I'm sure with the support of the Ministry and the Director General, we'll be able to accommodate some of your regional offices. But on condition that you stop chastising us. On this note, I welcome all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So it means we should have another headline for the current state of the Barbara Stadium on the SWAG website. And when we are done, we'll send it to Honorable Majid Bawa, and it will be the Kumasi or Barbara Sports Stadium. The turf looks just like Wembley, and he'll be happy. That will give us like 12 months more free. Now we'll call the man who is our president. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. Mr. Kobna Yebwa, to give us his address.
Thank you very much. The Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. Kate, Mr. Majid, the Deputy CEO of the National Sports Authority, Mr. Kujofianu Galka, Chairman, who has successfully organized top 4 tournaments all these years. heads of federations, fellow swaggers, once again, let me welcome you to this important event. Respectfully and with your indulgence, I wish to dedicate this event to the memory of our first president, Mr. Joe Lartey, who has left us. And his real name, Joseph Hansen Covenant Ketia, otherwise known as Joe Lartey. He's left a legacy that is unparalleled in our history. At the age of 96, Mr. Joe Lartey leaves behind a legacy that has shaped the very fabric of sports journalism in Ghana and across Africa. And I was privileged to be in Qatar before the World Cup with my General Secretary, Mr. Charles Osesibi, when the AIPS honored Mr. Joe Lartey before his demise. And journalists from 102 countries had assembled in Qatar to recognize his contribution to sports journalism in the world. And I remember very well a number of personalities were honored on that occasion, but when it was time to honor Joe Lartey, there was a standing ovation. The whole stadium just erupted, and I was almost in tears. He was honored before he passed. And as the first president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Joe Lartey was not just a commentator, he was a trailblazer, a mentor, and a beacon of excellence who set the standard for generations to come. And we are indeed proud to have him as our first president. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Today marks a significant milestone in the history of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. And we gather to officially open our new secretariat, a symbol of our growth, dedication, and commitment to promoting sports journalism in Ghana. This is a continuation of the vision, work, and legacy bequeathed to us by our founding fathers and managed by our past leadership, whom some are here. And at this stage, again, let me pay tribute to my former boss, former president of SWAG, and now the editor of the Chronicle, Mr. Ebo Kwanzaa. Thank you very much. I'm honored to stand before you as the president of SWAG, and I'm proud of what we have achieved together. This new office represents a major step in our journey to create a conducive environment for sports writers to thrive. Our new secretariat is more than just a physical space. It is a hub for innovation, creativity, and excellence in sports journalism. It is a place where we can share ideas, learn from each other, push the boundaries of what is possible, and more importantly, an environment to do business and engage our corporate partners and stakeholders. I'd like to express my gratitude to our members whose tireless efforts and contributions have made this achievement possible. Your hard work and dedication to SWAG are what drive us forward. I also extend my appreciation to the Minister of Youth and Sports, the Chief Director of the Ministry, former Director General of the NSA, Professor Peter Chumasi, Deputy Director General, Mr. Majid Bawa, Mr. Sensu of Kia Sensu Furniture, Honorable Kwajuban Ajiman, and various stakeholders who have supported us along the way. Your belief in our mission and vision is invaluable to us. As we open this new chapter in SWAG's history, I challenge colleague journalists to continue striving for excellence in our work. Let us use this new office to champion the image of SWAG and as a catalyst to produce high-quality content, to tell compelling stories, and to promote Ghanaian sports to the world. Let us make this new office a beacon of sports promotion, development, and sports excellence in Ghana. To corporate Ghana, stakeholders, and partners, we are open for business. Thank you once again for coming, and God bless everybody.
the British colonial government. When some soldiers were killed and people went on strike, the commission that was set up recognized that we needed an avenue for sports promotion, and they built this free of charge for the people of Ghana. So I would like to appeal to the Sports Council and the Ministry of Sports to ensure that at least we have a fitting edifice. At least we have about 5 standard stadia in the country now. The fact that none of them is suitable for a serious sporting event is an indictment on sports promotion in this country. And if the National Sports Authority is in charge of sports, I don't think they should be happy. On that note, let me say a few things to my colleague, sport journalist. I'm a patron. When I came here, I was about the only person around. Sports writers, on whose behalf we are here, were not around. And I think Mr. Koraibua ensure that if people call themselves sports writers, they should be very honored to be in that profession, and that they should behave accordingly. These days, I sit somewhere. I'm retired, but I'm not retarded, so I hear things going on. People sit on radio and say all manner of things. As the Sports Council Deputy Chief said, certain things are said without proper investigation, and that's not the way we were trained. Mr. Kobai was sitting there. I've worried him over the years. He used to run Africa Sports. In the beginning, anytime I come and he has assembled his speakers, I would dismantle them and ask him to go to the Institute of Journalism. And he did. And it has paid for all of us. So please, sport journalists, let's be responsible. Many thanks for my time.
Yes. Spoken as I didn't expect anything different from Mr. Ebukwansa. That means that he's as natural, and you don't get him in a shade of gray. It's either black or white. Thank you very much, Mr. Ebukwansa. We're also very privileged to have Mr. Joe Agri. He was in charge of SWAG from 1985 to 2001. A round of applause for him. Rosalind Amo has also joined us here, Mrs. Rosalind Krama Amo. She's worked with graphics. She's done so much for SWAG. Okay, I'm not going to write her biography now. So please, a round of applause for her as well. Mr. Tony Bafo, who is the PFAG General Secretary, is also here. A round of applause to him. We would continue with our short remarks. Now we are at the camp of the Federation heads, and we're starting with the Galka chairman himself, Mr. Kujo Fiano. He's going to give us a very short remark.
The Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, our landlord, the Deputy Director General of the National Sports Authority. I used to write a column in Graphic Sports and later on moved to Sporting Times. So that should tell you that I'm a classified member of SWAG. Our former president, Mr. Joe Agri, used to be my editor when I used to write in Graphic Sports under a pseudonym Sebastian Beto. When I was about to be exposed, I got transferred to Ghanaian Times under the name Ponko Bosiako.
So I'm an in and out SWAG member, having trained as a journalist. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a great day in the annals of SWAG. However big you are, however strong you are, if you have no place of abode to yourself, you will be moving from home or wherever. So I want to congratulate my brother and friend, the current president of SWAG, Mr. Kwabena Yeboah, for leaving this legacy for SWAG. Now, we are next door neighbors. So if you have difficulties in organizing the SWAG match, you can come to me so that we get it organized, revived. I think the last SWAG match that was played in Obuasi at the Lenkley Sports Stadium, where I paid host to SWAG. So if you're having challenges, you just come and consult, and we'll give you the beat. This edifice will serve as a rallying point for members of SWAG. And I think that we should see a vast improvement now that you have. I've been privy to know some of the things in there if it is officially open. And let me congratulate the executive of SWAG for doing this to this association. To pick just a line from what the former SWAG president said, Mr. Kwanzaa, let's try to be responsible. I've said this thing some time ago, and my brother Charles Usiasibe didn't take it kindly. Stories that have been out for days, somebody will come back and say it's an exclusive. Let us be responsible. Today is not my day. Today is the day for SWAG. So I'll give the platform to SWAG to enjoy their day. But now that we are next door neighbors, you can come in and verify some of the stories before we rush out to break them, so that the news will become balanced. Mr. Joagri, if you remember, my last article was the gate proceeds in a wheelbarrow, if you remember, and how our former minister, Iti Mensah, took on that story, because he wanted to know where that information came from, because he realized that the information came right from within. When after a Blasters game, he ordered that the gate proceeds should be brought to the ministry. So that caption was that gate proceeds in a wheelbarrow. You can say the truth, but you must find a way around it. Let's clap ourselves as SWAG members, and let us also thank our generous landlords that we will still come for more. From now, from Secretariat, we will look for a conference room where we can have meetings and other things. On this note, thank you all and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you very much. Published like yours. Having said that, the President SWAG, Mr. Kwabena Yeboah, the Chairman Galka, Mr. Kujo Fianu, the Deputy Director General of National Sports Authority, the Honorable former Deputy Minister for Sports, Mr. Joe Agri, the Chef de Mission, the just past African Games, Federation heads that are here, the Ghana Supporters Union, other writers who are here who are non-SWAG members, we welcome you to this morning's program. I bring you greetings from the Honorable Minister. He would have wished you'd be here, but Cabinet is sitting this morning, and so he is at Cabinet, and had asked me to come here. We at the Ministry recognize the partnership, and I appreciate this partnership with the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. And so we are happy to be here this morning to inaugurate your secretariat. I cannot imagine an institution like SWAG without a secretariat. And so I was happy when I heard the Deputy Director General say that it's an obligation, in fact, it's a duty to make available some space for the Sports Writers Association of Ghana to operate from. And so we are happy about that. We take the opportunity to also commend the National Sports Authority for making this space available for us. I think that our relationship with the National Sports Writers Association is even now important than before because of the policy of the ministry, and for that matter, the policy of government, that we are now focusing on sports for development. And not only focusing on the development of only the athlete, but we are looking at the whole ecosystem of sports, where we are thinking about the people who are engaged in developing paraphernalia, who are involved in marketing sports, who are involved in producing the equipment, as well as developing the athlete itself. And we will need SWAG in this effort to market this policy. We are doing this to produce excellent sports people, to create jobs for people around sports, and also to bring development to communities. And in doing this, we would urge the Sports Writers Association to help us celebrate every little achievement we make on the way towards this vision of sport for development. I'm saying this because it appears to us that we focus more on the negatives of sports rather than the positives. If you take the just ended African Games, we had achieved a very successful African Games, and we would have wished that we would focus on the successes of it. But immediately after the game, we all went into the negatives. You know as well as I do that sports development is not only on the shoulders of government. We need companies and individuals on board. And if every time what they hear is negative, they would definitely not put their monies there. And so we may, or we should, at every point in time, try to celebrate the small achievements that we make in sports. Having said this, let me assure you that the doors of the ministry is always open for you to come guide us, direct us, give us pieces of advice that would welcome on board in order that would all develop sports together. May I say that may God bless all of us, and I thank you for organizing this. Thank you very much.
Chief Director, and I hope that you are not giving them this place to silence them. You know, I agree with you that they should write positive. But I was in court one day, and somebody came from behind. I was doing my argument. He was very angry, and he said, as for you, you are a witch hunter. You are a witch hunter. So I turned and I said, yes, I may be a witch hunter. If there are no witches, there will be no hunters. So, Mr. Chief Director, if you want to keep the hunters away, don't be a witch. We are working very hard on Dansoman. We cannot tell you everything here, but I'm committed to Dansoman, and I believe that very soon we shall see, we shall we shall go back. We shall go back and restore our place in Dansoman. But for now, I want to congratulate, I want to thank the ministry, thank the Sports Authority, and then also for renovating and refurbishing it. I want to congratulate the SWAG. I believe that with the opposition here, if anybody comes to mount a stage in the middle of a football park, you stop the person so that the person doesn't leave nails in the center pitch. That's the way I speak. I'm sorry. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Just before we go in, we have Minister, please do this. And the first one goes to our chief patron. He's so old. Any day we call on him, he's so. Our chief patron, His Excellency Amakai Amatefio, we decorate you today with a gold medal from the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. We say we appreciate you. The next recipient is our former president, Mr. Honorable Joe Agri. Once honorable, always an honorable. Former president, Honorable Joe Agri. As old as he is, anytime we call on him, he travels to be with us. Honorable Joe Agri, thank you very much for being there for the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. The next is Mr. Ebo Kwansan. He says he's retired, but not retarded. So thank you very much. The last one goes to a former journalist who has been, in fact, at some point, he was our chief EC. Mr. Kujofianu has been with the Sport Writers Association of Ghana since, and we want to appreciate him and decorate him with this medal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is the reception. This is the reception. Chief Nahaya. So this is the reception. The landlord will tell you it was so dirty and bad. It was so. So this is where the front desk assistant will be, the receptionist. And then this will be a waiting area. So this is a small showcase we have here. We will demonstrate or display all the trophies we have used for swag awards. We will also create a... You can feel it. Honorable Joe, you can feel it. You can feel it. This is not up to your standard, Mr. Tanubafo, but this is what we can do. You guys are rich.
We started to be rich with parents.
So we are fortunate. So this is the Secretariat of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. The reason we have done the setup this way is to allow or to engage corporate Ghana to believe in us. This is first impression. If anybody wants to do business with you, when they come and you offer them such a seat, then you can ask for big money. So this is it. And then we have 2 small offices. The first one is the office of the president. And then the next one is the office of the general secretary. We have a space here we want to create we want our colleague journalists also anytime they want to work. We will set up that place so that when colleague journalists want to work, they will be able to come. Hey, colleague journalists, during big game, this will be your match center. When there's a league game, you can also come hang around when it's time for you to go report on the game, then you can go. But please, come here, rescue you. Please. This is also the washroom. So what you see here is a portrait of a plaque of our patrons. Chief Patron, Ambassador Rekwaku, Ifchi Amamayes, and Aka Anthony. Here you see our past president. From the other side, it's over to you, Joe Latte, Willie Parting, Oliver Charles, Joe Agre, Ebo Kwansa, Aka Anthony, and Kwabna Yabua. The next president will be Morris. Oh, wait, big way. Morris. Oh, big. Big. Where is big? So, you know, give it to me. Where is Frank? Frank. Yeah, you have drinks. This one. Please support us to raise sponsorship to get this done. This is entirely from our coffers. This is from our coffers. President, please speak to them.
His Excellency, Sir Joe Agre Bukonsa, Chief Director. Honorable Joe Agre made a point this morning, which is very, very important, which touched my heart. And Bijo, let me assure you that His Excellency Amakama Refio has been aiding us to cross all the T's and dot all the I's regarding the contract with Fountain Gate. He's been very, very helpful because we gave the legal document to him and he's doing it pro bono, and we are very, very thankful for that. So I can assure you that the spiritual home at Dansuman has not been abandoned. Sure. That is going to be erected, a complete new edifice, but it may take a while. But God willing, within 2 years, we shall see that. Amen. So I give you that assurance. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So any comment? Those of you who want to see this is President. This is President's office.
Office of the President.
Office of the President. This is Office of the President. Guys, something we forgot. We would have waited to get this done better, but we didn't want to miss our 56th anniversary. This month is our 56th anniversary, so we had to hurriedly get this done. We pray that will be able to do phase 2. So happy birthday or happy anniversary to Swag.
A very success. We thank you. We bless your name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.